Hey crypto friends, my name is Garrett and welcome to Altcoin Radar. Today guys, I'm going to talk about when we think Bitcoin will end up going back up again. So guys, if you're new to the channel and you think you might enjoy the content that I create, then go ahead and make sure to subscribe to the channel, you guys, and go ahead and give this video a thumbs up because it helps me out and why not, right? And also guys, feel free to go ahead and follow me here on Twitter as well. You can find the link to it in the description below this video. I like to talk about altcoins, NFTs, day trading strategies, all kinds of good crypto shit on a daily basis. So if you guys are into that sort of thing, you might as well go ahead and give me a follow because guys, I'm only going to be here for the long term. So, hey, I'm not a cryptocurrency expert. I'm not a Bitcoin expert, nor do I ever claim to be. I'm literally just a guy just like you, sitting at home making videos about cryptocurrency because, hey, I love it. It's absolutely fun, and I love this space. So I started it, and this is what I do, you guys. So, I do things a little bit differently. I'm a long-term altcoin holder. I've been actually holding altcoins I've been buying and holding altcoins since about 2017, and I'm a long-term investor, so I'm here for the long term. But I do have positions where I do trade, and I do look to buy, whenever there's dips and stuff like that. So what I have learned in the last 5 years, you guys, there's so many different ways to trade the cryptocurrency market. It's not even funny, okay? There's literally so many different ways to trade. It's seriously not even funny. And that's okay too. Here's the thing. You're going to get people who are going to be like, oh, your strategy sucks. Your strategy isn't any good. Your strategy doesn't do anything, whatever. Here's the thing. You don't need a chart filled with a bunch of fancy indicators just to be able to successfully trade the market, okay? I do very good trading this market, and I only use 2 indicators on a regular basis. I've never needed to use any other indicators other than 2, okay? Realistically, guys, I'm an RSI and MACD trader, okay? So for those of you who are familiar with that, MACD I've got down here, RSI I've got right here. This video is not about me explaining what they're, how they work and what they do. I have another video in my crypto trading playlist on my channel here that explains, these indicators in depth and stuff like that. So for the sake of this video, I'm just going to be talking about Bitcoin right now and where I think it's going to go in the future or in the, in the short-term future here. So here we go, guys. So realistically here, I am looking at Bitcoin on the daily chart, okay? This is usually the chart that I use to trade on a regular basis, okay? I usually start with the daily chart and, for good reason too, obviously. Now, obviously, you guys, with the RSI, everybody knows that, the 30 line, if it's under the 30 line or about near the 30 line, it's pretty much oversold conditions. I mean, people are generally sick of selling and, it's time to start the buying pressure, okay? And usually when things are, over 70 or around 70, things are, overbought. And when they're overbought, I mean, typically that's when, people start to sell off and start to sell their profits and start to take profits and they start selling out so they can buy in again when it, dips again. And that's generally how things usually go in a, typical market typically. So here we are on the daily chart. We can clearly see, you guys, that Bitcoin is currently way oversold, and it's been way oversold for quite some time. Usually I like to use the 50 line on the RSI as a very good indicator of telling me, it's definitely oversold if it's below 50. So guys, we've been technically, in my consideration, we've been in oversold territory ever since April 5th of this year, okay? And today is obviously May 17th, and so it's been oversold for quite some, over a month now. And realistically here, as we can see here, you guys, the same is true with, as far as MACD goes as well. I mean, things started dropping like crazy around that point as well. So we are going to switch gears here and to be able to see where we think it's going to go in the long term. This is generally what I like to do. Usually I'll go from the daily chart to the weekly chart and then the monthly chart. So guys, as we can see here on the weekly chart, something actually recently happened on the weekly chart just a couple days ago that has not happened before. So guys, on the weekly chart, you guys can probably already see it, but we literally had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the very first time in Bitcoin's history, the very first time ever where we had 7 weeks in a row that were just straight red and straight down, okay? And we are currently on the 8th week going down as well. I mean, we don't know if this is going to close down or, close in red or not, but I would assume it's going to, which would obviously make it be the second, this would at 8 red weeks would make it, would break that record of 7, obviously. But guys, as we can see here, even on the weekly chart, we are also in oversold territory on the weekly chart, and MACD is literally about, it's starting its downward movement that it usually makes when, things are in these territories. So we're going to go to the monthly chart now, because this is where things really start to get interesting. And this is really what tells me personally, where I think it's going to go. So as far as the monthly chart is concerned, if we look at, let me make this a little bit, there we go. There we go. Okay, we'll mark this down a little bit. That is a humongous line. Okay, here we go, you guys. So as we can see here, I don't know why my chart does this. I think it's because I'm not a premium member. That's probably why it doesn't show me past history of like back here and stuff. I can only go through the mid 2017 pretty much, which kind of sucks, but oh well. It does show me the last bull market from 2017, 2018, so that's good, because that's pretty much the overall general example that I want to show here. So realistically here, you guys, when we are looking at the 1 month chart of where Bitcoin is right now, we can clearly see we just crossed the territory over 50 to start being in the oversold territory, but we're nowhere near close to that 30 line. So I think personally, you guys, realistically here, by looking at the past bear markets and stuff like that, we can clearly see, you guys, that when things started to turn red in the last bear market, which would be right here. Gosh, I wish there was a way I could expand this. Let me see if I can expand this. So as we can see here, you guys, in the last bull market from 2017, 2018, when things started to cross over to red on MACD, I mean, it literally didn't last. I mean, it literally lasted for, we can see here, how many bars are here in the red? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It literally lasted for 7 straight months going straight down, you guys. And we can clearly see that in here. If it were to do the same thing right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we are currently in month number 5 of those 7 months. So if it were to follow suit and do the same thing that it did in the past, in the most recent bull run, then we can fully expect that, this bull run this bear market is only going to last for probably another, 2 or 3 months, give or take. And the other indicator we can look at here as well is, the lines that are on here as well. We can clearly see that the lines, when they crossed, obviously these lines would be the crossing from the last bull market. And then that would be this, right? That would be these lines right here crossing. These lines are the same as these lines, okay? So when these lines are at the same levels or the same height levels as these ones, right above where the bars start, that is when I believe we will start to switch over to a new bull market and we will start to gradually start climbing again. That's just my personal opinion, you guys. And I look at things a lot differently and from a different perspective than a lot of most other people. Again, guys, I'm not a financial expert, okay? I'm literally just a guy who has self-taught himself how to trade the cryptocurrency market with the best, to his best knowledge possible. And this is the way I do things, and it's the way that I've, learned to do things, and it works out really, really well for me, you guys. But you can clearly spot this trend right here. You can clearly spot, where it started going back up again and where the lines ended up crossing into bullish territory again as well. You can clearly see it. The orange line stopped right above these bars. So if it does the same thing again, we can expect this orange line to stop right above the bars again. That's when we will want to buy in, you guys. That is when we will know that we've pretty much hit all-time bottom, I think. Again, I'm not an expert, and I mean, you don't see a magic ball behind me. I'm not a magician. I can't tell you that this is exactly what's going to happen. This is just my opinion, you guys. So realistically here, I think we've got about a couple more months of this this bear market before we start climbing up again to another, into another bull market, I guess you could say. So as far as price action goes right now, price action short term, I don't really like to give short term outlooks on price predictions because short term really doesn't mean anything. Short term means jack shit, to be honest with you. I mean, it really does. I mean, who cares about short term? I only care about how much money I'm going to make in the long term. I don't give a shit about what I'm going to make tomorrow or the next day. I care about what I'm going to make, where I'm going to be at 3 years from now. So that's why I don't really care about or look at, to see where, it's going to go short term. Long term, though, I'm going to fully expect and fully think that, we're probably going to enter another bull trap here real soon. I mean, obviously, you guys, we can see right here what happened with this most recent one. I'm just going to draw some random lines here. So obviously, you guys here, we've got a typical bear flag here. Obviously we can clearly see it right here, and I believe, you guys, we are starting to do I believe another one is going to be starting up right here as well. And after this one is completed, you guys, I personally think that it's going to form another leg down, one last leg down before it starts to go up again, for the long term. So realistically here, you guys, I think we are about to start forming another bear flag, and I think we are going to start, making ways up a tiny little bit into, it's going to be a bull trap. People are going to think, oh, we're going to go to 100,000 again. But it's going to be the same thing again, you guys. We're going to end up going really high again, following the trend all the way up until it's oversold or until it's overbought, and then we're going to start trending back down again. And it's going to create that another leg down that goes all the way down to the next leg, to where I think is going to be the bottom, which will be where we were on the monthly chart, you guys. So which will be, with the lines down here, down in this area, and that will be where our buy-in will be. What that number is going to be and where that's going to land, I have no freaking clue, you guys. But realistically here, you guys, I truly believe that we are going to end up going down a little bit more, actually possibly even 100% from where we're at right now. So overall here, you guys, I feel like I did a pretty good job of explaining what I wanted to explain here with as far as where Bitcoin's at right now and where I see it being in the in the short term and long term future. So I'll do some more videos like this in the near future. Again, I'm no expert, but I try. So overall, you guys, hey, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. But again, guys, before you guys leave, make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a new crypto and altcoin video from me on a regular basis. And hey, guys, with that said, thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my future videos or chatting with me here on Twitter.